What's up, guys? Today you're going to learn the top pros and cons of living in Glendale, Arizona. Let's get to it.
Hey guys, I'm Shauna Karowski and this is Braden McKee. We're the Desert Time Living team in Phoenix, Arizona. If you find this information helpful, please share it with family and friends. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. And there's going to be a number popping up on the screen. As much as we love making these videos for you guys, we are licensed real estate agents here in Arizona, and even more than that, we love helping you relocate and learn all about everything you need to know about Phoenix, Arizona. So let's get into it, the pros and cons of living in Glendale, Arizona.
Okay, let's start with pro number one. We don't want to be too negative here, so let's start with the good stuff and then we'll get to some of the negatives later. Pro number one is that I think Glendale, Arizona has some of the best accessibility in terms of where Glendale sits on the map. So I'm going to have a map screenshot, pop up for you so you can see City of Glendale. Now, City of Glendale is really big, but you'll see that a large portion of Glendale runs along the 101 freeway. And so you have some of the best accessibility if you have a commute or if you like to travel to get on the 101, either drive down to the 10 or across to the 303. Maybe if you need to go to the 60 or you need to go over to the I-17. There are a lot of different freeway access points that come off of the 101, and you're not having to drive a ton of surface streets to get to the freeway, which is a huge plus. Some of the other cities that we love here in the Northwest Valley, in comparison, you might be driving like 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 20, just to get to the freeway. So you've got lots of lights, you're in traffic because if you're commuting, everybody else is also commuting typically in that same direction. And so that is one of the pros, is I think that the location is really, really good for the city of Glendale.
Okay, pro number two, City of Glendale. So the City of Glendale has a lot of really great neighborhoods, high-end neighborhoods. Especially in the north part of the Glendale. That's the newer section of Glendale. You've got Arrowhead Ranch, which encompasses a very large area, and there's different parts of that in there. You've got Arrowhead Lakes, where you have lakefront living. There's no motorboats on there, but lots of different types of watercraft are allowed there. And then you even have, you've got neighborhoods like Hillcrest. And then if you're looking for more of a custom type home, we have a lot of that also in the far north part of Glendale, the northwest part of Glendale. If you go up over the mountains, up by Pinnacle Peak area, 51st, 59th Avenue, you have a lot of half-acre to acre home sites over there, semi-custom and custom homes. So a lot of really good higher-end homes in that area. Lots of, these are very family-friendly neighborhoods up in the northern part of Glendale as well. Lots of recreation. That's the other thing about the City of Glendale. They do a really good job with their Parks and Recreation department. So all of Glendale has parks within each of their communities, even the older parts of Glendale. You're going to see those neighborhood parks in all of those communities. And then they have other recreation centers placed throughout the City of Glendale for all the residents to enjoy. In the south part of Glendale, they have a pool out there. They have lifeguards in the summer, so those residents can enjoy that pool. They have that in a couple of different areas in Glendale as well. In the north part, there's the Foothills Recreation and Aquatic Center, which is a huge facility. They have meeting rooms that you can rent. They've got an indoor gym, a huge gym, workout areas on the second floor. It's very beautiful, has glass all around so you can see those views. There's also an Olympic-sized pool over there. They have a water park also with lifeguards out there, so you guys can enjoy that during the summer. They have indoor activities as well. They've got like a rock climbing wall over there. They have indoor like racquetball courts, basketball courts. So in the hot summer months, the kids can go in there and they can hang out and have a safe place to just hang out and be kids. So the City of Glendale does a really good job with making sure that recreation is available to all of its residents.
Okay, if you like to shop, then we think you're gonna like living in Glendale, Arizona. For the West Valley, Glendale actually hosts most of the main like big shopping areas. So we have Arrowhead Mall, which is actually right across the street from P83, which we've talked about in other videos. So in combination with what's there and then what's across the street at P83, there's lots of shopping, dining, all of that kind of stuff, and very popular place to go, you know, date night, weekends, just shopping, you know, all the time if you like to go shopping. Westgate has the shopping and recreation areas, you know, movie theaters, some restaurants, some shopping over there. That's right over by a lot of shops and dining that you would go to like after, you know, the game for football, or after, you know, before a concert or things like that on the weekends. The Tanger Outlets is also right there, so that's a large outdoor outlet mall, and that is the only I think outlet mall we have on the West Valley that's west of the I-17. And so if you like shopping, we have all of the main shopping areas. You know, City of Peoria, City of Surprise, they have some shopping, but they don't have like these big malls or these really large, like basically dedicated to, you know, your shopping and recreation, dining, date nights. Like they don't have as big of those areas quite yet. And Glendale has pretty much all of the shopping. So, you know, if you like to shop, you want to be really close to that, and you don't want to be kind of driving across, you know, your whole city, crossing into the next city over. I mean, it's kind of hard to do here in the Phoenix metro area, I feel like, but if you want to be like right there, then City of Glendale is going to have tons of shopping for you, and you're probably not going to need to go really anywhere else for most of your shopping needs.
Con number one for the City of Glendale. So Glendale is a very big city. It encompasses a lot of area. So Glendale is, for the most part, an established community. There's not a lot of land left to build on in Glendale. In the far southwest part of Glendale, they're doing some new building because that's really all the land that's left. So with a more established area, one of those things that comes with that is a reputation. And Glendale sometimes gets a bad rap. We have like $1 million homes up in the north part of Glendale, and if you go to the more established, older south part of Glendale, some of that downtown Glendale is, you know, well over 100 years old. So there's a lot of things that are down there. Things, when they get older, they tend to deteriorate. You have higher crime rates in some parts of Glendale. And so I think the City of Glendale gets a bad rap from some of those rougher areas and some of those older areas. And the city is starting to look at doing some revitalization and some things downtown in those areas. But that's just one of the things that you need to know about Glendale. It's not all bad.
Okay, if you really like the trendy, cute spots, you know, kind of like the more mom and pop type shops, or things that are maybe not like major chains, then you might think that this is a con, because Glendale seems to have less of that. I mean, we just talked about it having all of this shopping and dining, which is true, but a lot of it is very like large commercial, big chains, things like that, which is obviously a plus, because, you know, everybody needs to go to those from time to time. But if you're really liking those, you know, trendy, cute spots, those, you know, new like entrepreneurial places that are bringing maybe like a rustic looking coffee shop, or like a cute like boutique that's locally owned, there's kind of less of that kind of stuff happening. And I think Glendale residents see some of this stuff coming to the surrounding cities like Peoria, Surprise, North Phoenix, and they're like, hey, what about us? Like, we want that kind of stuff too. We don't want all of these big chains and just like these big commercial companies. And so I think there's a little bit to be desired there. Glendale used to have, there's an event that goes on in the winter called Glendale Glitters, which was downtown. And that was really cool, but then the City of Glendale kind of like reduced that down to a very like watered down version of that. And so it's just things like that where it's like the City of Glendale's like, hey, what about our like cool, trendy, unique to Glendale kind of stuff. I think that with the residents voicing this, I'm hoping that there's gonna be more of a push to kind of bring kind of the character and the trendy, you know, cute stuff, and really encourage local businesses to flourish in Glendale. But for right now, we're seeing kind of, I think, a lack of it in terms of what some Glendale residents would want. And I think that the City of Glendale in general has a little bit of work to do in this area to either encourage people to start these kinds of events, you know, restaurants, businesses, things like that. Or the residents are going to have to start really being vocal and really pushing for this kind of stuff and like the character and the heart to come back into the city of Glendale.
All right, this is it, con number 3 for Glendale, traffic. So, Glendale has a lot of things in a lot of concentrated areas, and that creates a lot of traffic. So during rush hour, like on 59th Avenue, we have Midwestern University, which is a huge college over here. It creates a lot of traffic, students coming in and coming out. You know, in the morning it creates traffic. After classes get out, it creates traffic. So Bell Road going through Glendale, when you're going down towards Arrowhead Mall, all those shops, both sides of the road have shopping. So it's pretty much bumper to bumper traffic. It's very heavy, especially on the weekends, during the holidays, or even like during spring training, you're gonna get heavier loads of traffic. And then if you're heading down towards, you wanna go catch a football game or you wanna go to the outlets, all of that shopping and the stadium and the outlets and all of the other restaurants and things like that are all concentrated in one area. So getting in and out of there is going to take a little bit of patience, because there's just a lot of people that are trying to get and do the same thing. And you know, while some of the streets, they've done a good job down by the stadium, you know, in some parts it's like 6 lanes wide, but when you just have, you know, tens of thousands of cars trying to get in there, it just takes a little bit of time. So that's the other con about Glendale, is it can have heavy traffic. So that's just something to be aware of if you're considering Glendale for your next move.
I will say though that depending on the time of day too, like if you're in the middle of the day or you're not going out to those places when it's like the main shopping times, or if there's an event or something going on at Westgate, it's not as bad. But if you're going at like the main times, like Christmas time at like
it's bad
over by like Westgate and like Arrowhead Mall, if you're trying to get off the freeway or go on those roads anytime near Christmas time, because that's when everybody's shopping, or football season, if there's a game over at Westgate or a concert or something like that, you know, or just like the weekend shopping where everybody's trying to go shopping and grocery shopping and out to lunch and dinner, it's like those are the times. So there's also, but there is some relief when you're not in those like main rush hour and shopping times and things like that.
Yep.
Okay, so we think there's actually a lot to love about living in Glendale, Arizona, but of course there's always bad with the good. So just take that with a grain of salt, figure out what's important to you. But again, that's what we're here for. So if you're thinking about moving to the Phoenix, Arizona area, whether it's Glendale or it's not, there's gonna be a number popping up on the screen. Reach out to us, call us, text us, DM us, email us, whatever works for you. But we are gonna be the ones that you're gonna be talking with, and we would love to help you narrow down and figure out, you know, where do you wanna move in Phoenix, what's gonna fit your lifestyle, your needs, your wants, your budget, all of those good things. And you know, we love making these videos, but we love helping people relocate and help with their buying and selling needs in the Phoenix metro area. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because we're releasing new videos every single week.